Let's look at a couple examples from the textbook. This is example 7. So we have the integral of x cubed subtract 2x squared plus 5 dx. Very similar to the one I just did. This is going to be equal to x. Add 1 to the exponent, divide by that bigger exponent. To x, add 1 to the exponent, divide by that bigger exponent, and add on there, and then plus c. Simplifying 1/4 x to the power of 4, subtract 2/3 x to the power of 3 plus 5x plus c. And here we have some root signs. That's okay, we can deal with those. Let's rewrite this as x to the power of -3 subtract x to the power of 1/2 dx. Okay, now we can follow the same rules. So x, -3, add 1 to that exponent, divide by that bigger exponent now, which is now -2. Add 1 and divide by that next bigger exponent, which is 3/2, and our constant of integration. Simplify. -1/2 x to the power of -2 subtract x to the power of 3/2 divided by 3/2. Of course, we're still going to have to simplify. So x, 1 over negative 1 over 2x squared. Subtract 2/3 x to the 3/2 plus c. Or you could write this, you can leave it like that, or you could write it like this. Minus 2x cubed square rooted over 3 plus c. Okay, but this is fine. Example 8 in your textbook, section 18E. Integrate with respect to x. So in other words, we're saying we want to do this. And remember, every time we have this integral sign, we need to have something that it's with respect to at the end for proper notation. And we can do these two separately because we could say this. We could separate them out. That is also true. Or you can just jump right to this step if you wish. So the integral of 2 sine x is from our previous example, negative cos x. So negative 2 cos x. Subtract our integral of cos x is sine x. And then plus c. Secondly, so we're taking the integral of negative 2 over x plus 3e to the power of x, and we need our dx for notation here. So again, each of these terms can be done separately. I won't write them out separate this time around. You know that that can happen. We need to take the integral of this guy. So negative 2 ln absolute value of x would be that part of it. I'm going to show you some more detail down below in a minute. Plus 3e to the power of x plus c. Okay, so let's see this in a little more detail. Why does this happen? How do we know what happens with this? So if I did separate that out, we would have this term just like this. Now, notice that we could also write this as negative 2 multiplied by 1 over x dx. We can then actually, that's a constant number, we could actually move it outside of the integral sign. And this part here is just the rule that we had. So that is ln absolute value of x. And of course, we need our constant of integration. And our last set of examples for this video, integral of 3x plus 2 over x squared dx. So we need to expand those brackets and simplify to a form that can be integrated. This is the same as 3x plus 2 over x times 3x plus 2 over x dx. Okay, so really that was the hardest part. Now we just follow our rules, add 1 to the exponent, divide by that bigger exponent. So this exponent, add 1, and then divide by that bigger number. 12, this becomes x. 4, add 1, divide by that bigger number, which is -1, and then plus c. So 3x cubed plus 12x, subtract 4x to the -1 plus c. Or of course you could write this as -4 over x. They're both correct. And secondly, so we could write this as x squared over root of x, subtract 2 over root of x dx. Okay, so in integration, there is no product rule or quotient rule, so we need to look after those before we integrate. So this is x squared over x to the 1/2, so we'll be able to subtract those exponents to simplify. 2x to the -1/2 dx. Still have an integral, haven't started yet, so 2 subtract 1/2 is 3/2. Okay, now I'm ready to integrate. So add 1 to that exponent and then divide by that number. That number is 5 over 2. Add 1 to the exponent and then divide by that number, which is 1/2. And the constant of integration. X to the 5 over 2 divided by 5 over 2, which becomes 2/5. Subtract. Dividing by 1/2 is multiplying by 2. So that becomes 4x to the 1/2 plus c. And another way of writing this would be 2 over 5 x to the power of 5 square rooted, and we can simplify that further, 4x square rooted. So 2, this would be x squared root x over 5. So a few different ways of writing that final answer. Your homework questions are listed in the homework document, exercise 18E.1. Have fun.